Foie gras is one of the world's most luxurious and controversial foods, renowned for its rich flavor, smooth texture, and delicacy. This delicacy originated in France and is made from the livers of ducks or geese after they have undergone a special fattening process, usually by gavage, force-feeding large amounts of starchy foods, such as corn, for several weeks. This process causes the liver to grow larger than normal, creating a smooth texture and a characteristic fatty layer. Foie gras can be prepared in a variety of ways, from pan-fried foie gras to mousse to pâté, and is often found in high-end restaurants. However, the method of producing foie gras has caused much ethical controversy, leading to its production being banned in some countries. Foie gras has a long history, originating in ancient Egypt around 2500 BC. Paintings on the walls of Egyptian tombs show people force-feeding geese. They noticed that when geese migrate for long periods, their livers naturally become fattened to store energy. Humans imitated this process to create foie gras, which has a smoother texture and richer flavor. The ancient Greeks and Romans later developed this technique. The Romans were particularly fond of foie gras and used various methods to fatten the birds, including feeding them figs. Gradually, the technique of raising geese for their livers spread throughout Europe and was preserved by medieval Jews who were looking for an alternative fat source to lard for cooking. By the 17th and 18th centuries, the French had perfected the technique of making foie gras and turned it into a delicacy in European cuisine. Alsace and southwestern France became famous foie gras production centers. Here, chefs have created many different ways to prepare foie gras, from pâtés and mousses to exquisite pan-fried foie gras dishes. Today, France remains the world's largest producer and consumer of foie gras, although other countries such as Hungary, the United States, and China have also entered the industry. Foie gras, a luxurious and highly prized delicacy in European cuisine, is produced through a controversial process known as gavage, or force feeding. This method involves feeding ducks or geese large amounts of starchy food, primarily corn, to enlarge their livers to 6 to 10 times their normal size. The force feeding process typically lasts for 2 to 3 weeks, during which the birds are fed 2 to 3 times a day through a metal or plastic tube inserted directly into their esophagus. This accelerates fat accumulation in the liver, resulting in a soft, fatty texture that makes foie gras so desirable in gourmet cooking. Despite its esteemed culinary status, foie gras production has sparked heated debates regarding ethics and animal welfare. The force-feeding process can cause significant stress and discomfort for the birds, leading to potential health issues such as esophageal injuries, breathing difficulties, and liver dysfunction. Critics argue that keeping ducks and geese in confined spaces and subjecting them to unnatural feeding methods is inhumane and causes unnecessary suffering. Animal rights organizations worldwide have actively campaigned against foie gras production, leading to bans or restrictions in several countries, including the United Kingdom, Germany, and India, as well as certain US states. On the other hand, foie gras advocates, particularly in France, where it is deeply rooted in culinary tradition, claim that when performed correctly, the gavage process does not cause excessive pain or harm. They argue that ducks and geese naturally store fat in their livers as part of their migratory instincts, making them more tolerant of the feeding process. Some farmers have also experimented with ethical alternatives, such as free-range feeding methods that allow birds to consume high-starch diets voluntarily rather than through forced feeding. Although foie gras is prized by many chefs and diners for its rich flavor and distinctive texture, the practice of force feeding has been the subject of many ethical controversies. The repeated force feeding of ducks and geese by inserting a metal or plastic tube directly into their esophagus can cause severe pain and injury. Many studies have shown that this process can cause inflammation of the animal's esophagus, causing difficulty breathing and even leading to liver failure due to excessive fat accumulation. In addition, these animals are often kept in cramped conditions, unable to move freely, increasing stress and reducing their quality of life. In response to concerns about animal welfare, many animal protection organizations around the world have spoken out against the foie gras production method. They believe that this is a form of cruel treatment, violating the principles of humane animal husbandry. Public pressure has led a number of countries and territories to ban the production and consumption of foie gras. Currently, the UK, Germany, India, and some states in the US have officially banned or severely restricted the sale of this product. However, foie gras advocates argue that if done correctly, the gavage method is not as painful as described. Some farms are also experimenting with natural fattening methods, allowing animals to eat on demand rather than force-feeding. Still, the foie gras controversy is far from over, and the fight between the food industry and animal rights groups continues around the world. Faced with growing pressure from the public and animal protection organizations, some farms have sought to improve the foie gras production process in a more humane direction. Instead of using the forced fattening method, gavage, some farmers have experimented with free-range farming, allowing geese or ducks to move freely and eat a starch-rich diet according to their needs. With this method, the animal's liver can still grow larger than normal due to the natural accumulation of fat, but it is not overly bloated as when force-fed. This significantly reduces the stress and pain that poultry endure in the traditional farming process. In addition to improvements in farming methods, scientists are also researching artificial foie gras to replace traditional goose liver. One promising avenue is the production of foie gras from stem cells, in which goose liver cells are grown in a laboratory environment to create a product with the same taste and texture, but without the need to kill animals. Additionally, some food companies are developing vegan foie gras, made from plant ingredients such as soy, lentils, or vegetable oils, with the goal of recreating the rich fat and smooth texture of traditional foie gras. These efforts not only address ethical concerns, but also lead to a more sustainable food industry. Although artificial and vegan foie gras are still in the research and development stage, they open the door to a future where humans can enjoy this delicacy without the suffering of animals. Despite the controversy over its production method, foie gras still holds a special place in French and world cuisine. With its rich flavor, smooth texture, and delicate aroma, this dish has long been a symbol of luxury and class. Foie gras can be prepared in many different ways, the most popular being pan-fried foie gras mousse, or foie gras pâté. Each preparation method brings a unique culinary experience, highlighting the sophistication of the main ingredient. In particular, when combined with crispy toast, fruit sauce, or sweet wine such as sauternes, foie gras becomes an attractive dish, popular in high-end restaurants around the world. In France, foie gras is not just a dish, but also has profound cultural value. It is an important part of traditional holidays, especially Christmas, New Year, and luxurious parties. In many French families, foie gras is considered a symbol of prosperity and culinary quintessence. Enjoying foie gras on special occasions not only shows respect for traditional cuisine, but also is a way to connect family and friends. Although there is increasing debate surrounding the production method of foie gras, with its long history and love of gourmet, this dish still maintains its position in high-end cuisine. Efforts to improve the production process in a more humane way also open up opportunities for foie gras to continue to develop while meeting ethical and animal protection standards in the future. In the context of the increasingly popular trend of sustainable cuisine, the foie gras industry is facing many challenges. Some countries may continue to impose bans on the production and consumption of foie gras, while humane farming methods and plant-based alternatives may gradually become the new norm. While foie gras may continue to exist as a luxury food, the way it is produced will certainly have to change to meet future ethical and environmental standards.